Hey guys, what's going on? I hope that you can hear me well. Otherwise, yeah, let me know in the comments if everything is okay. Is this streaming going on? Yeah, okay. Oop, let me mute myself here. Let me know down in the comments where are you watching from and what's the time there. But yeah, so I just wanted to quickly do a live stream session because I saw the talk at AppJS from Prisma that they have created this Prisma ORM that's working with Expo, and I just wanted to give it a try to see how this works because it's focusing more on local first development, which is quite nice. It's using underneath SQLite, so it's a file-based database. Cool. So let me where is my thingy? Me coding right. Okay. So there is this article by Prisma. Is this one? Let me paste it here. Is this actually working? Okay. No, it's not working. Give me a second, remove it. This one. Wow, nice. Okay, so is this article, let me zoom a bit. So now we have Prisma ORM to Expo, and I'm a really huge fan of Prisma. I've been using it for a while now, and yeah, pretty much everything related to databases and ORMs. I was using Prisma since it was with Nexus, with GraphQL, and a bunch of things. I've created a couple of projects, like client-based projects that work quite nice. So now this is coming to Expo right away, which is quite great, I would say. So let's see. So in this article, basically, yeah, you can just query the database using Prisma, and you can find more things, which is quite nice. So let's start. Let's kick the project. So there is a GitHub repository. Boom. No, not this one. Where it is? GitHub. There is a GitHub now. So Prisma ORM Expo. React Native Prisma. Great. So what do we need? Well, first of all, okay, so this is the live stream. The previous live stream, if you haven't checked out the Lava Lamp, I will highly recommend it. But let's move to a different project and use create Expo app with TypeScript. So we are going to use Bonex, and we are going to create a blank new TypeScript Expo project. I'll name it Prisma ORM Expo. So this is downloading. Let's give it a try. cd Prisma ORM. Clear, and this is okay. Let me actually open the code. Where is code? This is code. I don't need the terminal anymore. Okay. It's here. Let me zoom a bit. And here I need to install a couple of dependencies. So as you can see, we need Expo config for that. So this means that we need to pre-build the entire project because it requires some native functionality. Shouldn't be a problem, but let's add the required dependency. So it's Prisma client latest, Prisma React Native latest, and Quick Base 64. Okay. and I have to run Prisma Expo pre-built, and I'll do it for iOS only. Prisma, okay, this is okay. So it's installing CocoaPods and everything, and while this is doing it, actually we need to do some additional steps. So we need to add this to our app JSON. So we'll say here plugins Prisma React Native, and now let's rerun this pre-built again with clean, just to clean everything out. How can I move this thingy? Because I want to see the comments. Okay, so this is finished, and now let's run iOS. There is learning. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I mean, playing building. This is building. Let's see the comments. I'm not going to build an app. Hi, Jim. Not going to build an app, but rather giving Prisma ORM a try and see how this is actually looking like. Because I saw some reactive queries, which means that whenever you change something into the database, if that model is already queried on the front end side, is going to receive the updates. So I'm really keen to see if that's actually working or not. So that's the plan for today. Most probably I'm gonna use like dummy users and dummy posts and things like that. But yeah, so while this is doing its own thing, we can skip this iOS. Okay, let's define the Prisma scheme here. Actually, they are using a different migration. Okay, let me first copy this scheme here. What's happening? So I will add here schema.prisma. I'll paste this, and what can we do? So I would like to create a user and some posts. Okay, and here I'll add an avatar URI, which is a string, and also model. Yeah, okay, so this has finished basically. Okay, this is working. Let's continue with the model. So I'll say model posts. We are going to have maybe content published through author, user. So we have an ID, we have a title, content published, and relation to the author. And I'll add here a cascade. Actually on delete cascade and on update cascade, and also let's add the posts relation on the user side as well. So let's see, this should be right. Okay, and I saw that where it is, we need to run the migration as a script. So I will say here migrate, it's bunx and Prisma dev. Okay, and oops, come on, and generate, I believe it's bunx Prisma latest generate, right? So this is going to generate. I didn't know that you can actually do this. This is nice. Anyway, so let's open another terminal here and do bun migrate, add posts and users, and generate the types and everything, the entire Prisma client here. And is this actually working? Maybe. Let's see. What else now? So you can define the reactive queries. Nice. It's an extension to Prisma client. This is looking quite nice. Okay, bear in mind, you can modify the data. Okay, so those are the reactive queries. So use find menu, use find first, and use find unique. And you can also create non-reactive hooks. Okay. Got you. Yeah. So basically, because I can see that you can get users directly from here, this doesn't have any loading indicator, right? Okay, got you. So I believe that we can also use React query for non-reactive queries. But yeah, we can see. Okay, anyway, so applying migrations, you need to migrate. Okay, let's copy this guy here, move to the editor and create here db.ts, paste it. So it's a base client. So you need to initialize base client, but I also need the reactive hooks. So I'll say here, yeah, client reactive hooks. Do they have any export async function? Do they have any example? Yeah, they do. Dev.db app.js source db. So they have an initialize. Okay, so they have a hook here, and they are not initializing it. Okay, they are not applying the migrations on the reactive. Okay, base. Okay. Prisma client, I'll say. Okay, and I believe that we need to call this initialize, right? What they're saying in the README. Okay, reactive. They're not saying anything, right? On application start, you need to run the migration. Okay, so I'll go to the app, and here I'll say use effect. Only run it once, and I'll make a self-calling function. And I'll await initialize db. And I'll say here is initialized, set is initialized, use effect false. We could also, no, anyway, we could use other things, but it doesn't matter. Why is this complaining? Use effect. Oh, use effect, it's okay, and this is use state, sorry. Okay, and after this is initialized, I'll make it a true, and here I'll say flex one. So this is not initialized. I'll say activity indicator size large, color black, and I'll just justify center align items to the center. Cool, makes sense. Let's see, is this going to crash? Not really, but I would like to do here log. Do I have this one here? Nope. How they are doing the log db? It's log info. Okay. Basically everything, right? So do I need to run? Let's see. So let's create a new component here. So components. And I'll say, I think I need to make it even bigger, but anyway. So I'll say users, tsx. Right, so I'll say export let's close this on export function. Users, now return a view and import the view, and then text users. Okay, and if this has been rendered, I'll do like this, users. Okay, so instead of the blank one, so if it's not initialized, I'm gonna show the spinner, otherwise render the users. So if I go on users, they're saying that I can get the users as, how was the name? What was the name? Prisma client. Okay, so I'll use Prisma client user, find many, and that's it. Wow. Okay, so view users map user key. Users. Why is this complaining? So it's Prisma client use reactive hooks. Aren't they doing the same? So I'm using the reactive one, right? And how they are using it? They're initializing blah blah blah. Hooks Prisma user use find many. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Use, nice. Okay, so this seems to give you some hooks. Okay, so it's use aggregate, use find many, use find first, use find many, use find unique, use group by. Okay, use find many. It's okay. So we have no users, right? Can I get the count? That will be great. Include. Can I get? Ooh, nice. And also posts, true. And nice. So I can actually include. This is amazing. So anyway, so let's create like a dummy user. And I'll create here a text input. You know what? I'll just add new user. A new user is going to be another component. Yeah. Add new user tsx. Export function add new user. It's going to return a text input, and I don't know, auto capitalize off none and auto correct false. There is an autocomplete off. Okay, and a new user. Okay, and on submit editing, we are going to get the event. We're going to grab the thingy. Let me actually add a ref here. Use ref as a text input null and edit here. So when you submit the thingy, I'm gonna clear, and then I'm gonna await maybe. Let's create here another utils.ts, and I'll say export function wait, and I'll give it a milliseconds. Export async. So I'll do a wait for half a second. So basically this is saying clear the input, wait half a second, and then focus it again. Focus. Unfortunately, we cannot clear and focus on the same time. Okay, so all right. If I hit refresh, nothing happens. This is because I will say width 100%. Okay, margin, no margin. Actually, it's padding horizontal, padding vertical. I'll give it a 6. It should be fine, and also border radius. of 8. Because why not? Okay, not black. I don't like it. RGBA 0.4 maybe. Okay. And go to users and render add new user. Boom. So we have it here. Why is this styled? Flex one. Okay, and this should be a safe area view. Okay, and if I give it a background color red, this is a line center. I don't like it. So if I go back to the thingy, I'll say flex one. Okay. So users, let's remove this background red. Now it's looking good. So if I add the padding, it's not working margin. Okay, this is looking good. Gap 10. So we have a text field. Why is this complaining? I cannot open it. Anyway, why is this complaining? Prisma user aggregate offset. I don't know why this is complaining, but now if I type something, press enter, is going to clear the input and then refocus it, which is great. Okay, I think that we can also do like this. Nope, maybe 100 milliseconds. Okay, okay. Is this an async? No. No, okay, got you. So now let's add some users. And add new user, I'll do add new user name. And guys, I don't like the styling here, so I'll do padding vertical 12 radar. Okay. So when you submit the editing, what I would like to do is get the value basically. So I have the value and I would like to create something, right? So I'll do Prisma client user create, and then I'll say data, and then do I have autocomplete here? No. So I'll do name. And and for avatar, let's add add faker and faker seed 1 2 3. And for the avatar, maybe I'll do like avatar URI faker image. Oops, there is a flicker. Pick some lorem. Category people. Okay, so I'll say wait for this one. So I'll say first, don't clear first, but clear after you have created the user. So I'm creating the user. Let's console log the new user here. Console log user. And then I'm clearing the input, waiting, and then focusing again. So if I did everything right inside the users, this should be reactive, and I should render the user name. And actually, let's also render the avatar. So I'll say an image from React Native, and I'll say source URI user dot avatar URI style. I'll say width 60, aspect ratio 1, border radius 30. That should work. Let me refresh. Do here Catalin. You know what? Bun migrate. Bun generate. Is this working now? If I migrate and generate Catalin. Nice. Let's see why this is not working. If there is a readme somewhere. Okay, I believe I know the issue. So there is a script. Copy migration. So okay, got you. So basically this this build doesn't have any migrations. So we need to run again. So close this guy here. We don't need this second one. Most probably this is the case. So I'll say ban iOS no install, which is going to trigger again basically the build and is going to go through the scripts. Let's see if this is working. Reload. No bundle. Okay. Package. What's this one? Dev client. So let's do start. Let's do clear ORM Expo pre-built. Let's do again clean, but I don't want to clean it. Let's do iOS. Ban iOS without installing, but anyway, lucky me because I have a fast computer. So yeah. So planning on building, let's build this stuff. Hopefully, maybe. I think if this is the case, I think maybe we can. But still, though, right? Like for dev environment, I think running migrations should happen without rebuilding everything, because yeah, it's gonna be a bummer. Because yeah, you wanna get the feedback as soon as possible. But if that's the case, that's well. Let's see. So we have. It seems that everything is working now. So I'll add Catalin and press enter. Boom. Everything should be unique. Okay. Let me users. Guys, this is working. This is incredible. Boom, 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 boom. So if I hit refresh now, look, I have it here. George, this is working. This is working. Wow, this is so nice. This is definitely really nice. So this is stored now on the. Let's actually see the data. It's in this app database. Open it anyway. Don't worry. So there are some parts here. Do I have to see the user? I don't see the user. Is this app journal? Open it anyway. Wait, can I see the things? I cannot see those, unfortunately. But this lives inside the app DB, right? So everything is local, which is great. But yeah, let's add delete to see if whenever I press on the delete, if the query is still reactive. So for each individual guy here, I'll say button. I'll add a title delete user. Color it's red. And on press, I would like to do actually an async, and I'll await for Prisma client, and I'll say user delete where ID it's equal to user ID. Got you? So this is going to delete the user, and because we have a reactive query here, this is going to be refreshed, and it's going to refresh the list as well. So let's hit, this is not looking great. Let me fix the styles. View, okay. And on the styles, flex direction row. I think it should be fine. And I'll add a gap of 8, let's say. And here I'll say style flex 1, so move the button at the end. And also justify center. Okay, and also give it a padding of, let's say, 10. This one, justify to the center. Oops. Justify content center. It's align items actually. Not really. Yeah, so I'll do here instead of center, between. Okay, Catalin, I don't like this guy here, so style, font size, let's add 16, font weight, it's 800. And here is 600. Gotcha. Okay, so delete user. Okay, so let's press. So this, if I press on this guy, it should delete. Boom. Oh, this is actually working. Nice. So delete, delete. If I hit refresh, boom. Delete. Add a new one. Gabriel. Animate react native.com. Nice. Okay. I don't like this one here, but anyway, so I think it should be fine. animatereactnative.com. Delete, 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 delete. Okay, so if there are no users, I'll say text no users. Try to add one. Arrow top. Okay, and I'll add style length it's equal to 0. I'll add here font size 20 and opacity 0.4. Okay, and I don't like this one, so font family Menlo. Okay, anyway, nice. So basically we have added a schema. So just to recap what I did basically, right? So I've created this regular Prisma thingy, regular Prisma schema. I had to enable basically the preview feature. SQLite is the database, and we had a user, but then we have created the posts, and we have created this one-to-many relation, right, where a user can have multiple posts, and a post belongs to a user. And inside users, basically, more than that, right? So we had to create a Prisma client as you normally do on the backend side, for example, or and we have exposed this Prisma client, which is going to extend the Prisma client, but add reactive hooks like use find many, use find unique, use find whatever, blah, 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 which is reactive to whatever is going to happen on the backend side, on the database layer. So whenever you add a new user, this is going to be reflected straight away if you use the reactive hooks. And let's see what those reactive hooks actually have here. So use find many, use find unique, use find first, use aggregate, and use group by. Wow, you can also group by, which is really, really nice. Okay. And then we initialize the database. You actually need to apply what does this do? Just promise. It seems that you have to apply the pending migrations. Unfortunately, I was not able to change the Prisma scheme and on the fly get it on the mobile, so I had to rebuild it, the programming, right? So, but anyway, so now because we are initializing the database when this app entry point is mounted, we now have access to the use find many, for example. And I would like to get many users. And the nice thing about Prisma is that it's going to resolve automatically the relationships by using include. So I'm also including the posts, for example, for the user, but also the count, which I don't kind of recommend. So instead of just returning the entire post, you can just create another use find many on the post and pass like the user ID. So you can, because in this way, this is going to bloat your JavaScript side with a lot of data which you might not need. But in case you actually need it, you can, instead of returning the entire post, you can do here like select, for example, and I'll add the ID only, right? So I'll just give a list of IDs. But for now, let's keep it simple. This is most probably exactly as you'll use Prisma user find many, right? Find many, and you can include whatever. So it's exactly the same concept here, but this use find many, it's reactive, which is quite nice, I believe. So we have created this input for adding new users. So Catalin, Miron, animate react native.com. Right? So I can also, so once this is done, I'm just mapping through each individual one. I'm displaying the user, but also the delete button. So if I press on delete, everything is reactive. It's amazing, and also persisted. So Catalin, Miron. So if I open up this guy here, refresh, boom, we have the data. Pretty cool. Pretty amazing. And this is using SQLite, which is quite fun. And on add user, I'm basically I'm calling user.create, and because we have the reactive query on the other side, whenever something happens on the database side, I get an event, right? And everything is going to be re-rendered. And when we create the user, what we can do is we can create some dummy posts, right? So we can say await Prisma client. I can say post create many, nice, and I'll add here data as what? It's an array, faker, random number, data type number, use faker number, int, where min is going to be 2, 1 actually, and max is going to be 10, let's say, and grab the keys. So I've created actually I think I'm going to confuse a lot of people, but let's create another way of doing things. So array from length, and length is going to be this guy, and map, and I'm going to return some title, faker lorem words, 2 or 3 words, doesn't matter. Content, it's faker lorem sentences. I'll add minimum of 1 and maximum of 3 or 4. And what else? Author ID, it's user.id. The user is basically what we have created here. So this is going to give us the user information. And what else do we need to do here? I think that's it for now. So scheme, author ID, published. Okay, I also need to add the published. The TypeScript is not working that great. Published for some reason. I'll add the faker boolean, faker data type boolean. Okay, so this is saying create many create many posts with the data, title, content, and published random values using Faker. And then I will assign the just created user ID to the author ID. So in this way, Prisma is going to create a relation. And now, if I hit refresh here and add another user, Catalin, now we should have some so insert into post. Yeah, I think we have created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different posts for Catalin. So let's actually show them, right? In a real life example, I believe, because I'm gonna display them here, right? But for you, it's it's better to just extract this into its own component and just pass the user ID and send the user ID as prop. But anyway, so for me, I don't. So this is flex row, not anymore. Style, flex row, space between. This is space between. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, and after this view, I would like to render here the posts. Okay, so posts. We have some posts and what else? So we have user posts. Actually, you know what? Let's first do posts by user, written posts, and in parentheses, let's render, because we do the aggregation, we have user count posts. So Catalin should have 8. Amazing, guys. So if this is quite nice. Anyway, so so if I create another one, Catalin 2, this has 1 post, Catalin 3, 5, this has 4. Nice. Nice. And this is great because if we look at the schema, whenever we remove a user, we cascade a deletion, basically, which is quite nice. So we clean up the database as well with the written posts. Okay, so this is written. Let's display the posts. So user posts map post, and I'll return another view with text. I'll say post.title and key it's post.id. I think this should work for now, and I'll add style, margin vertical of 8 and gap of 2. Okay, and also add here another text, post.id, and style it differently. I'll say font size 8. Okay, so we have this guy here, which is quite nice. Can we do some UUID? I think we can do it, right? Not auto increment. Can we do UUID? Maybe you can do. So instead of having like integers as IDs. Yeah. So now if I hit reload, this is working. Another user. Cool. This is not a scrollable. So let's make this scrollable. It doesn't matter. And what if we have for each individual guy here delete a post? So I'll add another button. I'll add color red as well, and I will say title delete post. Okay. Can I position this absolute? Position. Oh, I cannot position absolute. Okay, never mind. Style. Flex direction row. Justify between. And align items to the center. Okay, so we have delete post, whatever, right? So you can either delete user, where it is, background color is going to be RGBA 00, okay, something like that. And also align, yeah, that's the center. Cool. I'll also give it a margin vertical of 12. Why not? This is too much, I think. And padding 10. Written post. Style it. Font size 18. Actually 16. Font weight is going to be 500. Okay. This is okay for now. And delete post should delete this individual post, right? So let's see if this is going to make the query reactive as well. Can I pass a size or something? And this is anyway on press. It's an async, and we're going to say await Prisma client post delete where ID is post ID. Makes sense. So if I press on this one, boom. Notice the count as well. Ooh, this is great. This is yeah, guys. So this is actually working. But let's fix the. Let's add this entire thingy. Let's add this one to be a flat list. Flat list. And I'll say flat list data. It's users. Key extractor. Oops. Key extractor is user. A user ID. And render item is this one, and I would like to say item, it's actually user, right? Hit refresh. Oh, got you. So it's a string. But I don't like this. Yeah, anyway, I think it's okay for now. So this is and remove the padding from here and add it here. Content, container style, padding 10. Okay. So now we have multiple users. So delete a user is going to delete it. Delete. And because we can also animate things, why not? Ban expo install React Native reanimated. So why not? And ban expo install React Native gesture handler. And run again. Ban expo pre-built iOS no. And ban iOS. Because we have added two native dependencies, we actually need to run again iOS. Okay. Once this is finishing the thing, we can also add animated view, animated from React Native, reanimated. And what else? We can apply an exiting fade out up and entering. It's a fade in up as well. And because we are also adding some layout animations, I believe that we can say layout, it's linear transition. And let's specify duration of. So you see the animation, and of course we can add a delay as stagger. So I'll say 50 plus 50 multiplied by the index. Woo. Okay, so this is actually looking quite nice. Let's add one look. Okay, so this is working now. And on delete, we also have animations on delete. So if let's create a post. So here on the user, when we have delete user, we can also make this view and add create random post, and this is going to be blue, and I'll say post where we have the create. We have the create on the faker side, so we are going to copy this and do create, and data is going to be this data. So let's add faker, and we have author ID. The author ID is going to be the user where we are pressing. Okay, so this should work. Create a random post. Nice. Delete. Add a random one. There is a delay because we wait for everything to finish. So entering. How can we edit? How can we edit? Let's think about it. Yeah. You know what? I would say if index it's less or equal than 4, I'll run this operation. Otherwise, I'll add a delay. Otherwise, 0. Because in this way, whenever I'm creating new one, there is a slight delay. So I'll do Catalin. You see, still not looking great though. I think that we can delay the animation, skip entering with skip exiting, but nah, not really. So I think we can add here 25. So let's remove everything and add Catalin, create a random post. Yeah, I don't like this one. Anyway, delete user, Catalin, create a random one. Delete. Create a random one. Delete. This is quite fast, right? Nice. Can we add another one? Gabriel. And I think the last thing that I would like to do is to count all posts. So let's see how we can do that, right? Do we have here count? No. So we include user count. So what we can do is post count, post total posts count. It's equal to a Prisma post. We have count here, but there is no use, right? Do we have use aggregate? What this does actually? Let's see. What does this do? There is no aggregate. Anyway, post. There is count, but count, unfortunately, it's an async method, right? Yes, it's an async, Prisma. So I think that what we can do, we can of course use server-side rendering, but I think let's add TAN-stack React query to the scheme here, because most probably you are not going to always use find like the hooks, so you are going to do other things. So let's add add TAN-stack React query, and create here query client.ts, and I'll say export const query client. It's a new query client. Do I need anything else? No, not really. Oops, not really. And inside the app, not this one, app, we can say wrap everything with query client provider, and pass the client as query client. This should not affect anything. Okay, but now we actually have access to React query. So since this is a promise, what we can do is data and is whatever. Let's say use query, and we are going to say query key is going to be posts count, and the query function is going to be return await the count, right? So this one is going to be data, and is loading, and this one assign it to total post count. So if I do console log total post count, and if it's loading, and do it like as an object, we are going to have is loading false, total post count 6. So 2 plus 4, 6. If I add another user, oops, this is again BunOS, no install. I think this is a small bug on Prisma side. Whenever you are going to install things, yeah, you need to rebuild it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, I don't know, but yeah. So I have Prisma query, whatever, Prisma count. This should be fine. So it's 6. Create a random user. Why creating a random user? It's a minimum of 2 and maximum of 8. So if I delete this 6, if I delete this, it's 6 again. Why is that? Well, I believe the reason is, if we go to TS, we are using the reactive hooks, but const reactive Prisma client, it's a base client, and we are going to extend the reactive queries, right? Maybe like this. And inside the user, so wait. No, I'm doing it wrong. Of course, this is not this is not reactive. What? No, forget about this one. The reason is whenever I'm adding a new user, I need to actually invalidate post counts. So this is not reactive at all, right? So whenever you delete a user or add a user, I would like to invalidate the cache, invalidate the query. But first, let me add here like total posts is total post count. So we have here total post count. So if I add new user, this is not reactive, right? But if I hit refresh now in the, it should be 12. Okay. So if it's loading, otherwise. Okay, so I refresh. Look, you cannot see actually the loading, so I'll wait for 1 second. Hit refresh, loading, boom, 12. Okay, so now let's make this post query, let's invalidate it. So I'll do, basically whenever you invalidate a React query, it's going to trigger refetch. So inside the add user, when you submit everything, you create a post as well. I log the user. I don't care about logging the user. What I can do is here I'll say query client, invalidate the queries, and I'll say query key is this query key, and I'll do it exact true. So now if I add a new user, it should invalidate the query. So, and we should see most probably the loading. So I'll say Catalin test. We don't see. We have invalidated. Let me remove it. So we don't see. Why we don't see? Oh, got you. Yeah, because it's refetching. It's not loading again. So if I'll say Catalin, boom. And the reason why is because this is loading or is fetching. So when you invalidate, you have it's fetching as well. So now it's loading, right? Gabriel. Boom. Of course we can, we can remove that, but just to give you like delete. Delete is not working because we haven't attached it, but I'll say Catalin. Got you. I think that we can also change anyway, but so now on delete user as well, we would like to copy this guy here. So most probably I'll do invalidate query, and I'll create utils export async function invalidate query, and query actually invalidate posts count. I wanted to make it more dynamic. Is this actually, it's a promise. Okay, so invalidate query, this is okay. We can await for that. We don't actually need to block everything. When you delete the user, I'm gonna say invalidate post counts as well, and whenever you create a random one, whenever you create a random post, yeah, we need to invalidate that as well. Boom. Okay, and now let's remove the wait because we don't want to wait. Boom, 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 boom. So there is a throttle, of course. It'll say Catalin, boom, Gabriel, animate react native.com. So if I delete this user, boom, boom, create a random one. It's working. This is quite nice actually. Delete user, there is no name. We can also add invalidation. This is quite fast, I would say. Yeah, I've created a bunch of items. I'm just pressing enter, you know. And yeah, this is creating quite a lot of users, I would say. So delete, 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 delete. Okay. Yep. That was wild, how easy it is. So we have the schema. The thing is that I need to trigger this. If we go to the documentation side, I actually need to run this copy migration, unfortunately, all the time. So we need to pre-build it and run it again. Maybe there is another thing that I missed, but so if you're using Expo, you can add the Expo plugin to automatically copy migration files. Modify your app.json by adding the React Native Prisma plugin. So I did that, and to activate the plugin, run pre-build npx expo pre-build --clean. The Expo plugin simply configures the Android and iOS projects during the pre-build phase. If you are not using Expo, you can do this manually. Yeah. So yeah, whenever you modify the schema, it seems that you need to basically rerun it. So but still though, it doesn't make any sense. So scripts, do I have any scripts here? Where is copy migration? Yeah, so this is build time. This is not on runtime. So yes, whenever you are going to change the Prisma client, a scheme, you have to go through this step again. So let me give you another example how you can change the scheme here. So let's add to the user if it's an admin or not. Admin role, actually, which is a role default user. So I'll create here an enum role user. I'll do ban migrate. Oh yeah, of course you cannot use enums in SQLite, so I'll say user, and I'll say here string, and to avoid any why this is complaining. Anyway, so I'll do migrate, add role to the user, and ban generate. So most probably this is not going to work right anymore. Yeah, again, it's like for some reason, I don't know why, because I cannot see the error, you know. I cannot get this error here. It seems though that the role was added, but yeah, I need to do ban expo pre-built iOS and ban iOS without installing. Basically, I don't need to run pod install again, and yeah, in this way I can rerun migrations basically, so copy the migrations because I had to migrate, right, the code. So yeah, that's one bummer. Why is this complaining? Roll. There is a roll already? No. Boom. Okay, so this has finished. Now we should be good to go, most probably. Yeah, so if I create a user, it's a user, and then I can also do to the user where is name, dot name. I can also add here text, user dot role, and I'll do a style. Font family, it's Menlo, and I'll add here a background color, it's purple, and color it's white, and I'll say if user.role is equal to a user, it's purple, otherwise it's green. Okay, I'll also add the padding, 2 pixels. Of course, this is the padding is not working, but I can move it. Okay. And I'll say here style. Oops, style, flex direction row. Okay, and justify to the center. Okay, align items. Align items to the center. Got you. And here it should be font size 8. So I want to make it small, and I'll add a little gap between them, gap 4. And I'll add here a gap of 4 as well. Okay, and this is not a view, this is a text. This is a view, padding, color, background. Okay, style. Great. And color, of course. Color and background color should be positioned here to make it more semantic, right? And border radius is going to be 10. And padding horizontal is going to be 4. Padding vertical is going to be 2. Great. And what if I'm making it 6? I cannot see it. I think you cannot see it on the stream, but anyway. So user, and now when we create a new user, we can create here a role, set role, it's equal to a use state as a user. And what we can create here, let me close this guy here. So we have a view, and another view from React Native, and we are going to say user and admin map. We can say touchable or pressable, and text R key. Let's import pressable key. It's role, and on press I'll say set role and role, and whenever we create text is not defined, of course. Okay, so this is okay. Style, flex direction row, align self, flex send. Okay, and I'll add a gap of 4, and for each individual pressable, let me style it style, padding padding vertical it's 4, padding horizontal it's 8, and a background color, if R is equal to role, I'll add it is selected, and I'll return is selected, it's equal to this one, this is complaining, boom, 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 is selected red, otherwise transparent. Okay, so if I press on this one, okay, and I'll add here what to do here. Doesn't actually matter. I'll add here a margin top of 8. Okay, here a border radius of 8 as well. So if it's user, okay, and this we can do something like this. Style, color, if is selected, I'll add it white, otherwise I'll add it black. Okay, this is okay. And so now we have this one, and whenever we create the user, we can add also the role. So role, it's equal to role, which is user. Okay, so if I create a user, let's remove the users. Test. So this is a user, but if I create it as an admin, let's remove this one, Catalin. So this is an admin now. Okay, this is okay. This is looking good. Not sure what else we can create. Can we aggregate? I think we can aggregate how many admins and users. Right, so let's see, Prisma client user aggregate, and what can we do here? Aggregate. What aggregate actually means? Let's see. We can also create, so basically we could do Prisma post use aggregate. So aggregation. What do we have here? So we can say count true. Console log, and let me go to DB and actually remove the. So we already have this one, you see, create random, boom, 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 boom. So we have this. So instead of using the React query, which maybe it's okay, you can use directly use the aggregate to get a count. But what can I do here? Can I do average? True. Average and what's the average? Average. Average author ID. I think I need to let's add another one. Why is this complaining? Is this like all the time? Delete user. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I need to do Prisma user use aggregate. What can I do here? Count true const aggregation. So count one. So we have user, but I would like to do average. I cannot do average on posts. Yeah, I think I made it differently. So you cannot count and do average, right? On ID. What else can I do here? So I like to the average of all users. Maybe I need to run it on user, right? I need to write on user, and I'll need to add. What else can I add here? Yeah, I cannot edit, unfortunately. So I need to run it on post. Average author ID. Doesn't make any sense. Because I need to count it, right? Count the... yeah. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Because I would like to get... yeah, I like to get a count. The average by user. The average post count by user. So what I'll need to do is to get a number of posts by user and run an average on that. But unfortunately, I don't have the number, right? Can I do... group users by country, got you. Yeah. Order by aggregate group. So I like to count the city. So I would like to count all, true, of course. Count all, I'll say user. Why this is not test? Yeah, for some reason that was not added. another user, another testing user, Catalin, Gabriel. Okay. So we have the all, but I think author ID 56, count author ID 56. Can we do average? We cannot do average. Can we do here user aggregation? So user aggregation is 8. So we have 8 users, but can we drill down here and do, we cannot do it. All true. Yeah, unfortunately we cannot do, we cannot aggregate like number of how you can actually do it is we can add it here to the user and number of posts, which is an integer, and oh no, this is so bad. Anyway, let me close the guys here. So users, I think we did some pretty good. Yeah, I think this works. You can definitely use it in multiple for multiple scenarios, like a habit tracking application or a quiz application to track the results and everything. So yeah, if I create now, delete, delete user, number of post aggregation. So I'll add here const posts count 2. It's Prisma client post use aggregate, and I'll do count true. I think count true, and I can add here count to dot count dot count to Prisma use aggregate. What did I miss? Count. True. I think it's sum, right? Sum. Nah, count. All true. So it's post count all. Do I have a JSON? If maybe we don't have it, right? Yeah. Yeah. So we don't have it. So if I delete now, yeah, everything should work. And I'll say, for some reason, there are some rejected things going on. If I remove the user test, Catalin. Okay, this is also working. Okay. All right, let's see the comments. Been a minute, Kathleen. What's the best way to learn React Native? I want to build indie apps. Well, it's learning by doing, you know. Take my tutorials, take any tutorials, take any... Read the documentation, first of all, and try to build, start small, see what you can improve down the road. And yeah, documentation, it's your... friend when you get started with things. And of course YouTube videos, there are plenty of YouTube videos, there are plenty of YouTube channels that are walking you through quite a lot of things. What am I making? I'm not making anything. I'm just playing around with Prisma using Expo SQLite, pretty much. Test. Boom. This is an admin. Really nice. Fortunately, SQLite doesn't have enums, most probably, but yeah. This is how it is. And also, I believe this one is not that performant because yeah, we take the entire posts. So we take all the posts. Boom, boom, boom. Aggregation, I don't care about aggregation anymore, but here include, I can add select, I care about the ID true, and title true, and pretty much that's it, right? And if it's published, let's say true. So in this way we removed some things, and whenever we have posts, we can also add here post title, post ID, and we can add font size, color, post, it's published, green, otherwise orange, and if it's published, and this is a string. Okay, so just a couple of them are published, but I believe that we can select, and we can order by published ascending. Actually, it's descending, right? Descending. Okay, so we have all the published posts. So if I create a random post, boom, it's going to be added here. Actually, I think you don't see it. String published, I think it's 10, maybe. Font weight. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. It's true. I can actually move it outside. I can move it to be in front here. So if it's published, and I'll add here padding, right? This is not working because of course it's a string, so I'll add here. Okay, so those are the published ones. This is basically also to-do list, right? So if you press, you just toggle if it's completed or not. I think I'll do maybe a tutorial on that. So if you add a new one, it's going to be not completed, and then yeah. Okay, so I'll add another one, test. Okay. Yeah, I think we did quite a lot of things. Really like this new way of writing local first apps. animatereactnative.com, and I can also we don't have any user, but I can when we find many, why do we include them? We don't care about the count, right? Yeah, actually we care. We can say order by, not here, but order by. Yeah, we don't have created that, but I'll do descending, of course. So user.name. I don't like this UI here. Diggy diggy dum dum boom boom. I will do the I will do the trick here. So on press, I'll do style transform scale 0.5. Look now. Oh man. Create random post and delete post. Anyway, so this is how it is. Another question: are you using the same server action move on mobile? No. This is not server side. Server action. No, there is. Yeah, no. This is just Prisma ORM that sits on top of SQLite database, SQLite database. Yeah, it's just an ORM, as drizzly it is, and things like that. So I'm just curious to see if I'll do package JSON. So if I'll say studio, if studio is working, then this is a game changer. So if I say ban studio, guys, let me go where it's this one. It's opening on the other side. Anyway, so if I go on localhost 5555, this is almost working. But again, it's like, yeah, somehow it's working, somehow, yeah. At least it does see the, like, yeah, it's not seeing everything for some reason. I don't know why, but it will be great to see the studio working. That's for sure. Is there anything like Prisma ORM Expo pre-studio not working? Nah. Do we have anything here? Prisma GitHub repo. Is this actually running? Oh, we need some server. Oh, this is for, I believe this is for a syncing mechanism. Anyway. DB. Yeah. Oh, is this because? Okay. Do I need to add this env? So in this way, I think that's right. Yeah. So let me create here an env. Do I need? Maybe I can specify it here. So let's do Prisma Studio SQLite DB. Okay. Maybe Yeah, maybe it doesn't have access to this file, right? So schema file appdb. Maybe if I do it like this, nah, it's not working. But can I add here a record test? 1, 2, 3. Author. It's okay. Save. I need to add a user. User, add record, Catalin, GitHub, Catalin. Anyway, so I think, can I add something? Let me add here, copy image address, user, admin. Save changes, go here, add, oops. Save changes. This is interesting. Yeah, for some reason this is not writing down. I don't know. I don't know. Do I have a Prisma Studio help? Yeah, for some reason, I don't know. Not working as I wanted, but if I could get the things. Browser text. Could you show how you are making the calls to the Prisma within the 10 stack? Yeah, just go back to the video. I'm just showing you how to do it, but yeah, I'll go again to it. So yeah, you have use query, and then inside it, I'm just doing like this, await Prisma, whatever, and I get the data is loading, is fetching. Normal thing. Oh, you mean, sorry about that. Yeah, I think now it's way more visible. So yeah, I've just created this one. It's PM Studio. Yeah. For some reason, yeah, I cannot see like the posts that I've created from here. And I believe the reason is because, yeah, I believe the reason is because this SQLite, it's actually referenced on the native side. So basically, this is not changing the devdb specified here on the schema, right? But rather, this is copying over the database file. And yeah, because right now, if I rerun everything, so I have here a user, a single user, which is Catalin, and I have two different posts, test2 and content, whatever. And let's make it published, right? So I'll save the changes. So I'll have one user and two posts. And now if I run ban expo pre-built again, and ban iOS, no install. So rerun everything. Let's see if, but still it's not going to work, most probably. Because we already have SQLite database. But yeah, let's see if we have one user with two posts, or we have the old data, but most probably it's going to be the old data. Let's see. Yeah, so it's the old data. And what's going to happen? Yeah, now it's useless. It's the same, yeah, because we have migrated file already. But let's delete the users and random. Yeah, this is looking quite nice. and it's quite fast as well. Test second book. We can also make this an animated users flat list to be an animated .flat list. So now we can do, what's the thingy called? Animated props. It's linear transition. So we can add hook, you see. We can delete. We can delete this one. Hook. Let's add less random posts. So mean, it's content mean 1 and minimum 1, maximum 4. Test. Hook. This is also animated. So if I delete this one, hook. This is looking quite nice, guys. Yeah. All right, that was it. If you'd like to be up to date with all the animations in the world, I highly suggest this platform, animate-react-native.com. It's a platform where I'm sharing over 120 different animations powered by Reanimated 2, 3 layout animations, Moti, Math, animated API, gesture handlers. It's the perfect collection for micro interaction and UI animations. And in my opinion, it's going to save you quite a lot of time while increasing your user experience, like the overall mobile application user experience. All the components are copy-pastable, ready to use, and quite customizable, I would say. Just to give you a quick example on how things are going to look like, let's pick up this parallax carousel. So once you go here, you have the component itself, of course, here, but this is an example on how to use it. So if you really like this one and apply it to an onboarding application or whatever you're working on, you can basically copy this component and then go to the example and see how this is going to, like how you can use it. And this carousel component, I'll just zoom a bit. This carousel component is trying to use the flat list API. So it has a really known API. So you have the data as some collection of title, key, and image URL, and then you have like a key extractor, render item, and some cell style and content container style, and then you have an overlay style, which is this small box here that I'm going to animate underneath, and then what you'd like to display on the overlay component as well, which is going to receive the item itself. So this underneath it's also using sensors and everything, so you can create this effect. If I'm going to go on Twitter and go on the profile side, media, I have this guy here. So this is the actual component on a real device. You see, it's moving with sensors. And basically this is everything. All the animations are using reusable API and quite close to either flat list, switch, or whatever component the animation is trying to recreate. So I highly suggest you, if you'd like to speed up with the development and increase the user experience and maybe learn from those animations, like if I go on all the animations and search here for math, there are 4 different animations that include math that you can learn from. Or I'll do carousel. There are quite a lot of animations that have a carousel. So you can learn from those, also copy paste those, and make the overall user experience quite pleasant to use and differentiate your app from the competition, I would say. So this is the primary goal for this one. You can also see for React Native Flat List, there are 24 different animations. So yeah, highly suggested it. If you want to check it out, use this link. Otherwise, if you want to see more animations and want to see me do live coding more and more, follow me on Twitter and send me some inspiration. Really keen to see and hear from you with whatever you'd like to see me doing next. But otherwise, it was a nice session, and I would like to thank you all for joining. And yeah, in other words, see you next time.